Hey everyone, so we have another lick Friday. It's week 438 this week, and we've got a 2-bar lick, so it's a little bit shorter than the previous ones, but this one actually speaks quite well. So you can flavour things up really nicely if you're playing over a major key. So if you're using the blues, doing a blues if you like, or a rock and roll piece or whatever it's going to be, using these notes in this way, coming up in just a second, you will find different flavours to sort of place around your standard pentatonic licks. So that is where we're at today. Please do consider subscribing, hitting that bell button, looking at the shop for all the t-shirts and mugs and stuff, and visiting Patreon for the jamming track and other stuff you won't find here on YouTube. Here comes that lick. Right, there you are. I'm not going to ramble on too much. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. That came out wrong. And please do visit the shop and the website dansguitar.com for the tab, which is all free on there as well. And you'll find the jamming track on patreon.com linked below. There you have it. I will leave you with the breakdown coming up, and then a little word from me right at the end. See you in a moment. So for this lick, you are basically playing over a major key, so A major in that case, and bringing in the blues scale, so pentatonic shape 1, but look at it as a blues scale. With this, we're kind of bringing in the mixolydian tones, which work extremely well. So we're starting off with a 5 hammer on to the 6 on that 3rd string. Okay, and then you've got 5th fret on the 2nd, 5th fret on the 1st. Back to the 5th fret on that 1st. Now, rolling that finger across, someone asked me about this the other day actually, is why don't you just bar it? And the reason is, if you want separated notes, you roll it across, and as you roll it, you take one finger, the pressure off of that 2nd string whilst you play the 1st string, and then back on to that 2nd string, taking the pressure off the 1st string, and that keeps the notes separate when you don't want the notes ringing out together. So that's why you don't bar that, unless you really need it as a double stop, but we're playing separate notes, so not using different fingers but using one finger to roll across. But anyway, back to the lick. We've got 5, 6, 5, 5, 5, then a double stop with a semitone bend using your 3rd finger on that 7th fret. So that's 7th on the 2nd string, 8th on the 1st string. Bend up a semitone, so that's the pitch of 1 fret difference up to that 8th fret pitch. So you should end up with that basically. Back down to the standalone fretted position without a bend. Back to the 5th fret on that 7th fret. So you got, and then it's pull off from 7 to 5 on the 3rd string, and then it's a full tone bend on that 2nd string 8th fret with vibrato if you can. So that part of the lick should sound like this. So you have, just to give you an idea, a little bit slower. After you've done that 8th fret on the 2nd string with vibrato, you've got your 5 on the 1st string, 8, 5 pull off 2nd string, and then it's that semitone bend again from that 7th fret on the 2nd string down to the 5th fret on the 2nd string, and then you've got 7 on 3rd, 7 on the 4th, and then 5 hammer on to 6 on that 3rd string, and then 7 to finish that whole lick. I'll play it for you slowly now, so you should have something like this. Goes 3 and 4 and 1. And you can also take it up the octave as I demonstrated at the beginning. you go. Hand you back to me. There we go. Right. Firstly, huge thank you to my Patreons already, and you help the channel just push forward and keep it going by your monthly tier subscription. There you go. Can't think of the words. There you are. Right, anyway, so the tab, as always, is on my website, and there's a link to the shop, and you can find other stuff on there that you won't find anywhere else, alongside the Patreon stuff, where you will not find anything from Patreon on YouTube. There you go. So there's extended videos at Lick Fridays and all sorts of stuff on there, and backing tracks as well, along with this one. So there you go, it's all linked below. If you so desire, please do consider subscribing and hitting that bell button for future notifications. Visit me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all sorts of other places. There you go, that's it. I'll leave you with that. I'll see you next week.